Welcome back. If you're new, please subscribe. It is February the 6th of 2020. I started with 1 pound of African night crawlers from thecrazywormlady.com. On October 4th is when I received them. And this is actually just a mortar tray. And it was 1/8 inch sifted peat moss. And I have 200 African night crawlers in here. This one's showing out, trying to get out. But I've got over 70 African night crawler videos because I do weekly updates. Sucker's a good 10 inches long. And realized I did not have a video titled How to Raise African Night Crawlers. So that's what this one is titled. And that's what we're gonna do. So this is set up for a breeder tray, and I feed these and then take them out after about a month. It's getting about that time. I just wanted to show that they can be in a $6 mortar tray and live just fine. It's just a mortar tray from Lowe's. Got the bubble wrap on top, keeps them in, and they are doing just fine. Looking like they need some food. I'm gonna guess this one's about a week old. Trying to get it to focus, see if I can get a picture. An African night crawler cocoon. It's not round like the Reds or the Europeans. It's got more of a teardrop shape. See if I can get some of that pretty color, that little iridescent they've got going. I do like the Africans. They are my favorite worm for some reason. If I have to pick a favorite, I would pick the African. So whether you want to raise them in a simple $6 tray with some peat moss or urban worm bag, I had the Africans for the first 4 months, I believe, 5 months. I'd have to look. I had them in the urban worm bag. They did great in the urban worm bag. For something big like the vermi bag mammoth, I've had these transferred from the urban worm bag over to the mammoth for 55, just over a year. I think it was 55 weeks. And we have fed coffee on this right side for a long time until last week. A week before last, we started feeding potato peels. But I had been feeding coffee grounds. And we got a bunch of worms over here. So these were transferred from the urban worm bag. Wanted to give them a little bit bigger room to play in. And they have gone to town. Primarily feed them shredded cardboard. You do not have to shred cardboard. You can just rip it up. I wouldn't recommend real big pieces, but the smaller the better in my opinion. They are doing good. Working that up. A lot of worms. That's a good sign. Good sign. Shredded cardboard, coffee grounds, coffee filters, banana peels, apple peels, any kind of fruits or vegetables. Really love pumpkin. We got some pumpkin sprouts. Been feeding pumpkin and banana peels on this side. A few stretched out here. And this is just shredded cardboard. I do shred shiny stuff and sift it at the end when it's all ready. I'll I'll show you that in a minute. I just want to check on these. Do feel some warmth. A lot of mites. That's just part of it. Come on, focus for me. A lot of red and white mites. They help break down. Don't seem to bother the worms. That's why where all the worms are on the other side. So we're gonna have to feed this week. Some pumpkin spread out, some jack-o'-lantern. That is our nitrogen source, and the shredded cardboard and paper is our carbon. I'll add some more carbon. The African night crawlers love some carbon. They really do some great work. But I want to cover that up so it don't stink. And I might add some moisture. I do have a spray bottle where I can add some moisture. But the ideal temperature, I wouldn't want to go much below 65. This room's about 70. And they do good in this. And there might be a little extra heat in the bin itself. They do put off some heat. And this right side does look like all the potato peels are gone. So we're going to go ahead and feed them some coffee ground and filters and shredded paper and cardboard on this side. So the carbon will be the shredded paper and cardboard, and the coffee grounds is actually nitrogen. So I would worry about heating up a whole lot with the African night crawlers. I think they up to 100 degrees would be okay if they had to be. They do like a little bit warmer than they do cold. I'm just going to put all this in there. I've got all that laid out. I'm just going to spread it out. They will eat that up. I recommend if you're going to any fruits or vegetable to go ahead and freeze. Helps break it down a little quicker, and then let it thaw before you put it in. Any root vegetables, cabbage, broccoli, freeze it and bury it deep because it will stink. Otherwise, your system should not stink. Cover it up good. But they'll turn all your paper products, toilet paper rolls, into vermicompost. This was actually all 1/4 inch sifted. Most of the white stuff you see are eggshells. I did not at the time grind them up. They were just in a blender, so there are eggshell pieces. And then find a few little plastic from the Shiny but all that at one time was fruit, vegetable, or a paper product. Now it's going to be good for the garden and flowers. That's what you get. That smells like pure earth. Go out in the woods, turn up some leaves. That smell, that earthy smell, that's what they turn it all into. So if you're not wanting to feed food scraps, fruits, vegetables, there is another thing called worm chow, which is a powder ground. Mine happens to be grains and oats and oyster shell and eggshell ground up into a fine powder, and they will eat that. They do need oyster shell or eggshell for calcium and grit. And a Minimist, this one actually has red wigglers. If you want to check out one of their products, there's an affiliate link in the description as well for the Vermibag composting systems. Check them out. Keep them wet, keep them warm, keep them fed. You'll keep them happy. Hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, have any specific questions. Until next time, have a great day.